Phil's project management training involves a hands-on project management simulation with tools and techniques of project management to give students a real-world feel of how and when to use key project management best practices, tools, and techniques. Candidates are acquainted with real-life practical simulations, scenarios, role-plays, and discussions rather than dabbling in theories, and as a result, they have a real-world knowledge regarding how projects are handled. The coursework is developed by experienced PMP certified project managers.
You've written some new books here that I want to mention to the audience here. One is called Earned Value Management Basics. Can you tell us about that book? May I hand that to you?
Absolutely. Earned value management is an approach used to manage projects, but manage controls of projects. So we're talking about time, managing cost, and managing scope. Earned value management, I call it a way of life. For people who have used earned value management, it goes beyond looking at actual cost versus, planned cost. It goes into asking how much work have you actually completed for the time period that you promised. So this is a rather interesting book that goes beyond just talking about earned value. It's actually a story woven around earned value, so it makes it even more interesting for the user or the reader to learn what it is.
Sounds fascinating.
Brain friendly.
Thank you. This one's called Project Failure, 7 Symptoms, Several Remedies. Now that looks very interesting, particularly the cover.
Yes, this book was put together through some ideas I had been knocking around for some years about why projects fail. And there are lots of schools of thought as to why projects fail. It could be budget, it could be schedule, management, bad cost. But it really boils down to one main theme, which is no planning or bad project management practices. But in order to explore that further, I called their attention to projects such as the Sydney Opera House, which went disastrously over budget, or the failed FBI project, the Trilogy project, or just looking at other projects that we see on a daily basis and why they go wrong. But the big thing is it has several remedies. So these remedies show you what you can do to get your project back on track, what you can do to get your organization back on track.
Another one here is, I've noticed, project management mid-level to C-level. Now that looks sort of in line with John Maxwell and what he's doing. Would that be a
good question? Well, this is really all about leadership. So leadership of an organization to great project management. But in order to lead your organization to great project management, you need to know what project management is. And the sad story is lots of executives, C-level executives, COOs, CTOs, CIOs, CEOs, they've not really got a clear picture of what the project manager does. In fact, an organization I worked for, well-known Fortune 500, one of the executives there told me, Phil, we don't really know why we need you. We don't understand because we manage our projects ourselves. Why do we need project managers? So that showed me that some executives have very little understanding of what project management is or how it's used or what it can do for the organization. And that's why I wrote this book, to help executives who are on the move, who are busy, be able to open a book, just 100+ pages long, 120 pages or so, to read the book and to get an understanding of what project management is and how it can benefit the organizations.
Well, here's one a CFO would appreciate. It's called Getting Rich in Project Management. Is that an eye-opener for his chief financial officers around the country?
I wish it were, but this is really more a self-development tool for project managers. Because a lot of project managers struggle all throughout their life. They go through a 30-year career, 40-year career, and project management is new. So we're talking about people who have a very short career span, and they tend to go into the mindset of, oh, I need to work for 10, 20 years and then I'm out, and then I'll probably make a quick buck, and then maybe I'll get some benefits and I can retire, and I'll probably be struggling to survive. But that's not my mindset or idea of project management. Project management, like we will learn later on today, it's really about how do I take skills and knowledge and tools and techniques and manage them to come out with a deliverable. Now, in order to manage a project, you don't have to work for a corporation. You could manage your own projects. You could come out with ideas that are multi-billion ideas. The likes of Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, they had great ideas. They took those ideas into the project phase. They executed the projects. They came out with phenomenal products, and they made a killing. So getting rich in project management, it's not just about products. We could talk about services. We could talk about the ability to do things better. So project managers need to think out of the box, not just managing projects for one corporation. How about being innovative, thinking about what you can bring to the table for yourself or your company, take it to the next level.
For the entrepreneur.
Absolutely. So this book is really not about working for a company alone. It's how you can be an asset to yourself and your organization as well. So it's kind of two-pronged.